Before we leave, let's have a little look. What we're looking for is remnants of hazelnut. Just having a little look. So I'm pretty sure this is hazel. The only real way to find out is see last year's produce. Actually, I think I see one. There's a shell. There we are. So this is definitely hazelnut. Well, can't be definite until we find a few more. There's another one. There we are. So last year's population. Before you see one, before you know it, you're seeing many more. Hazelnut shells. So that is definitely hazelnut. Nice, beautiful, whopping tree it is. Is there any more on here? There's maybe one there. There you are. Yep. So there we are. That's a very edible plant. And again, if it's roasted, it's more edible for children. And actually you absorb more even as an adult if you roast it. It helps you to absorb more of the plant, which makes it gentler on the digestive system. Eating it when it's not, when we say raw or uncooked or unroasted, you can only eat so many of them and get a nutritional value from it. But the best way is to roast them. And another one to roast is stinging nettle. If you roast this too, it is very sweet. It's incredibly sweet. But you need to neutralize the acid in the sting. And roasting it does really well. This stuff was rare back in the day because it had so many uses. Made clothing, medicine strings, all sorts. And also it was a food supply, which you can't starve around a place like this. And some of these are really big. So let's keep looking and see what else is edible here. Now this one. No. Nice. So Jack by the Hedge. This one. Interesting. Incredibly interesting. Well, you've been tapping into that, you have, haven't you? That's what's caused this frothing on the side here. It likes it too. It's a very curry flavour. This has to it, a garlic curry. This one is hemp. Again, interesting sort of plant this is. You can make lots with this. And even the hazel itself is really good for making bow and arrow. Well, the arrow shards at least, and anything else flexible. Especially if you've got some good pieces of flint. You can make some quite good arrow shards with this, and you can also make knives and other pieces like that. Really good tool this, really good tool. And even if you were to just stake down the ends, you can also do somewhat of spearfishing. Spearfishing is illegal, so is bow hunting in Britain. So yeah, you've got a lot of foods here. Now let's go and have a look at some, let's see if we can find some more. So we also have some oak here, which you can eat oak, but it has to be leached in a river. But it is edible. Yeah, there's a lot of food here. Lots of food. Then we've got some sedges as well. Pendulous sedge, which is also edible. And then let's have a look at this one here. Then we've got some mayflower as well. There's a lot of mayflower here. But this one is fascinating to me. This is gooseberry. I'm almost sure of it if I don't get pricked by it. Here's last year. It looks like kiwi after a year when it's been a year on the crop, on the plant. There we are. Looks a little bit like kiwi. And this would be incredibly bitter. This is last year's. And this is quite a whopping bush. Look, good little treasures like this. Good little finds that you come across. Hey Alex, another one there. So it's definitely not in use. Not a lot is eating this, to be honest. Look at that. Now this would be too bitter to eat right now. But it has made seed pods. This will eventually, it will fall off of the plant and begin to rot down and create more. Pretty sure this is gooseberry. Oh, it's very prickly. Wow, there's so many fruits on here. Anyway, I will not pull off too many, but they are good for seeds. If you want to start again, take the seeds. That's how they look. That's last year's produce, so this will flower soon. I'm almost sure of it. Wow, that is a prickly boy. Or girl. I'd say this is feminine. Feminized. Look at that. Look how many crops is on here. Great yield. Don't eat what you don't know. But let's take this little bit back over here. We can rest the phone up on a log. And let's see if we can strip away some of this and try and identify it. Let's have a little look. Now, we should just be able to scratch this off. And it should reveal gooseberry under there, which it is. It sort of looks like kiwi if you look at it. It was last year's crop. This will dry out and it makes a seed pod. This becomes a seed pod. And it's packed with loads of nutrients in it as well for the seeds. It wouldn't be good to eat right now. I think it would be pungently bitter. This. There we are. I got quite a big harvest, and again, if you nurture this and look after it, it will grow quite a bit. Wow, this is an incredible amount of smells because I've got a little bit of Jack by the hedge, and it is a very pungently smelly plant. It actually is really nice. So you get lots of green food around. And lime tree, you can eat the leaves on a lime tree, the young ones. Yeah, that's definitely, I'm going to say that's a gooseberry plant. Yes, gooseberry. Here. Anyway, you see it there. Flies love it. Yeah, let's have a look. See what we got. It's very dry. So it is last year's. We've got a lot of seeds in there. Lots of seeds. Cool, I can smell it. It's very strong. Lots of seeds. Wow, that smells really good. I'm actually salivating. And there we are. Lots of seeds ready for germination. You want a bit of that, Fly? What a harvest, huh? So yeah, lots of edibles around here. Lots. And then there's greater reed May as well. I thought that was a bit of chicken in the wood then. Type of fungus, but it's not. Just a yellow leaf. But from a distance then. I'd have expected to see it on the tree, but yeah, lots to eat. I mean, this is full of vitamins, this one. This has got a lot of vitamins. And I like all the little eyes in the triangles everywhere. That's brilliant. Ah, yes. It's a bit more better if we take away this one here, look. There you are. Look at that. Symbology, huh? Isn't that gorgeous? Eyes. And also, it reminds me about the poles. This is why I expect the poles to look like when the ingredients come in around the poles. I imagine it to look somewhat like this. Anyway, I always call these eyes. Some of them are really good in pyramid shape. With the eye at the centre. Wonderful. And one further up. It's just where branches grow, really. You can almost count the rings, huh? Or I call these age spots as well. Or elephant's eye. But mainly triangle with an eye in it. Usually they're more triangular in shape. Beautiful, isn't it? Wow, what a harvest. So yeah, I'm going to take these back with me. And I'm going to grow these because they're ready to be grown. So that will come into flower very soon. Interesting. You can do a lot with the leaves as well. This is big. This is huge, actually. This is massive. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've actually seen around here growing wild. I mean, if most people find out where it is, they probably want to come and dig it up. Wow, that is really extensive. Look at that. But again, you nurture this, and this will go on to grow, and it seems to be doing a very good job. I wonder what its biggest size could be. Wow, it puts mine at home to shame. I must admit, it's as tall as me. Look at that. And it seems to be quite a fruiter, and that's what hasn't fallen off already. So, hazel, gooseberry, lots of nettles, greater reed May. Cool, there's loads. Sedges, pendulous sedge. I mean, that's quite nice. I like to eat that as it is, husks and all. Wow, wow, wow. There's lots of food here. Leaves, and we got some oak here. And I'm not sure what type of oak this one is, because there are two types, I think, in Britain. But even still, this is a staple food, especially with the acorns. Not just squirrels eat it, you can eat it too, and it can also sustain life, and it has fats on it. Wow, that's very nice. Bit of flint. It has a lot of fat in it. It's the only one that really does. Fat and protein and carbohydrates as well. So it's quite a useful food. I can't see any acorns down, so I think the squirrels may have already had those. It's possible. I know what that is, I think. I think that is meadowsweet. It is. So there you are, you've even got medication here as well. So it's a type of aspirin, salicylic acid. Wow, that's a good find. I will not expect to find that here. I'm pretty sure it is meadowsweet. I'm going to nip a very little leaf off of there. I don't want to damage it too much. Just rub it a little bit and I'll smell it. Oh, it's got germaline aroma, so yes, it is. Oh, and there we have a little... So there must be a female and a male tree close in proximity for this to happen, because you don't often see it germinate these. Very often than not, you don't see that germinate. It usually dies before that process happens, because there isn't any in proximity. So how many more have we got? And another one there? I don't know if that's gooseberry actually. It could be. Is it? It might be. Wow, and here we have another piece of oak. And here, wow, this is really good. You don't often see, this is really surprising to see this in certain oak in the area. So I think that other one might be oak, but it sort of looks like gooseberry. You don't often see this much growth of oak around a tree. So this is a really healthy forest. And there's another thing, there's hardly any fungus here because of these little things here. Ants can't stand it and they will move it. So if we see here, we've got some ants around. They will move fungus out of the area. Certain types of it, they can't stand it, and therefore you see this great, wow, this is a lot of growth. That is quite a lot. Oh, this I believe is edible, good for the lymph glands. This is lymph nodes, if you want to call it that. But an incredible amount of this. Wow. There's a lot of oak here. Which is really good to see because, you know, this is, I think it's on the verge of being endangered, this stuff. Because it doesn't naturally regenerate, but there's got to be male and female oaks around. Or it's a very good hermaphrodite. Look at that. Here, here, here. Wow. There. Wow, 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 wow. That's a little fine, that is. Ooh. It's reassuring. I can't say it's all oak, but it looks it to me. And the other one was near the stinger, wasn't it? I think it was a stinger now. Anyway, there's so much going on here now. Yeah, very good. Healthy forest, but it is a lot of ants. Wow, that's pretty big. You're big. I think this was going to be some sort of, it's a bramble, so blackberry. Yeah, very good. And lots of oak nearby. And it's regenerating. How cool is that? Don't often come across a site like that. It's usually dead before it. Yeah, no. It's very hard to get this stuff to grow. Well, naturally. Cool, there's another smell I'm familiar with here. I can really smell the meadow sweet. More than that stuff there. Is there any more? It's a really pungent smell. Well, very interesting. Wow, 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 wow. So there you are, lots of food, just in such a small area. Polystyrene nut. So yeah, it's like a little medicine cabinet here. There you are, a nice little flower. It's nice. Can't find any wood sorrel just yet. Maybe, possibly. Looks like a clover, but... yeah. Anyway, gotta leave this one here. But lots of ants hard at work. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Oh well, leave it there. What a surprise. That is a real treat, that is. To come across this. This has got to be my favourite. I love these. Yeah, it looks like a little mini kiwi. And you can really see how if this grew into a tree, there would be some mean apples on there. You know, because at the end of the day, if we see it like this, it's going to evolve. It's going to evolve into a tree. I wonder what the fruits will look like then. Much bigger, I reckon. Ah, yeah. Interesting. Well, it's all happening here.